Bunny sits in McDonald's with a defibrillated hard-on due to the fact that underneath the cashier's red and yellow uniform she has hardly any clothes on. Hugely enjoyed writing this novel. You know, it was enormously liberating experience. It's a much more natural art form for me. To a fault, I think my songs have that feeling. They're kind of bursting at the seams with kind of lyrical information. It's about a sexually incontinent hand cream salesman that works the south coast of England, trying to sleep with as many women as he can and look after his 9-year-old boy. And of course, he has this 9-year-old son sitting opposite him, flip-flopping his feet, smiling his wonky smile and playing with a plastic Darth Vader figurine that came free with his Happy Meal. Now, what was important for me was to write a character that was ultimately a monster, but at the same time the reader could see an aspect of themselves within that character, especially the male reader. Female readers are loving this book because it's at last their suspicions of the male psyche have been confirmed. The cashier wears a name tag that says Emily, and she keeps glancing over at Bunny with huge vacant eyes and wiggling all around. She has a black lacquered beehive and a conga line of raw acne across her forehead and a vagina. The book itself is like a dream, a kind of hallucination of some sort, and plays around not with time in the sense that it goes back and forward, but movement is often slowing down in scenes and speeding up, and there's a definite sort of musical rhythm that goes on with the language that comes from being a musician, I guess. Merlin was the son of an incubus and a mortal woman, and the boy looks up incubus and finds that an incubus is a malevolent spirit who has intercourse with women in their sleep, then looks up intercourse and thinks, wow, imagine that. I wrote the first chapter on the iPhone, and then the kind of novelty of that wore off, and I got out a pen and opened a notebook and wrote the rest of it by hand. It's a novel, it's an audio book, and it's an app. The audio book is something that I spent a lot of time over. I'm hugely proud of that. I'm a big fan personally of audio books. I tried to do something that was a wholly new way of doing an audio book. I read it first of all, and then me and Warren Ellis scored the whole thing. It was not unlike scoring a film. The way that me and Warren Ellis go about scoring movies is we basically work with directors that prefer to be sent lumps of music, and that they cut the lumps of music into the film rather than sitting and spotting like writing a 15-second piece of tension music, all that sort of stuff. And then we sent it to the States where it was spatialized, so if you listen to it with headphones on, it's like a hallucination or something. Bunny put this to Poodle down the week one lunchtime, and Poodle, self-proclaimed sexpert and barracuda, argued that eating a tuna carpaccio was actually a lot more like eating pussy than a Big Mac. There's certain sound effects that actually feel like they're physically touching you, and I mean it's an extraordinary kind of psychedelic experience. I know I've gone back to vinyl, after a long time, but I mean, sonically it's just so much warmer and more intimate, and it's a different experience to pick up that, put a record on a turntable, and there's something very intimate about that, and a lot less disposable feeling.